We begin with a major win for California renters. The largest landlord in the country, Greystar, is paying the price, $7 million to be exact, for using a controversial price-setting program. So Greystar had been sued by 9 states, including California. It is all part of a larger antitrust lawsuit against a company called RealPage, which created the software. Prosecutors say RealPage's algorithms illegally drive up the cost of housing. So Berkeley is one of the cities in the process of banning the software. Our Amanda Harry spoke with a housing advocate there about what this settlement means for tenants.
America's largest landlord, Greystar, is facing consequences after the real estate giant was accused of colluding to increase rent prices.
It's absolutely important that we hold landlords accountable for this type of action.
Matthew Lewis is a renter himself, but also the secretary of the Berkeley Tenants Union. Greystar has 6 apartment complexes in Berkeley. When Lewis looked for his apartment, he says he stayed away from companies like Greystar. A multi-state antitrust lawsuit claims the company was illegally using algorithmic software sold by RealPage to share proprietary data to align prices with other property managers and push up rents.
I had to do a lot of work to find this, and it would have been much more difficult if all the landlords were using companies like RealPage to basically jack up their rents, because then it's going to be higher and higher and higher.
Last spring, the Berkeley City Council tried banning rent-setting algorithms, but then voted to push back the ban because RealPage filed a federal lawsuit against the city, arguing the ban violates its First Amendment rights. This week, Attorney General Rob Bonta announced a $7 million settlement with Greystar.
Even more important than that $7 million settlement is the commitment that Greystar is no longer going to be engaging in these market rigging processes.
Antitrust lawyer Lee Hepner says as part of the settlement, Greystar has agreed to stop using the software.
The effect of rent-fixing algorithms is to allow competing landlords to act as one. They mix their data behind the scenes, they align their pricing strategies, and they take the recommendations of an entity like RealPage to inflate rents and to eliminate competition from the market. And it really is that competition that we rely on to drive rents down.
Hepner says it resulted in tenants paying inflated rents for years. Greystar owns about 950,000 rental units nationwide. Lewis wants to see leaders do more to prevent this from happening again.
There needs to be much larger consequences, which is why it's so important for states and cities and also the federal government to pass laws explicitly banning this practice and making sure that there are significant penalties for these violations.
Greystar responded to the settlement saying, quote, "We're pleased this matter is resolved and remain focused on serving our residents and clients."
Berkeley's ban on rent pricing algorithms is slated to take effect next March. A number of other cities, including San Francisco, have also banned the software.